Are y'all ready?
Yes, I guess so.
You guess so? Good morning.
Morning.
Welcome, I guess, to fall semester 2015, right? Your semester, I guess, is started okay if you're sitting here. We haven't kicked you out of classes because you haven't paid your bill or any of that stuff, right? Everybody's good. Y'all gotta be lively. Come on, help me out here. It's Monday morning, right? 9:25, exactly. Well, as Ms. Anderson said, I'm Dr. Rhea Ingram, the Dean of the College of Business. Come on, yeah. We are here today. We try to come and interact with the students, in particular maybe the freshman students, just so you can meet us, because we're not scary people and we don't want you to be scared of us. Yes, we are those who make these administrative decisions and some of those scary thoughts that you might have. But what we seriously are here to talk to you about is your success. When I became dean, I was about to say a couple of years ago, but now it's been 4 years. One of the things that I try to convince students of, and it's kind of a slogan, if you will, that I use, is your success is our business. What does that mean to you?
That your job is to help us succeed.
Exactly. What else does it mean?
The School of Business here will lead us to success.
Sure, we're going to do everything we can to lead you to success. What else does it mean?
We succeed, you succeed.
That's absolutely true, right? Because we're not just going to let you walk across that stage and be out and gone. We're going to stay in touch with you, right? We can still help our alumni. What else does it mean to you? This is one of the reasons, if you look around the room, here are your colleagues, right? I guarantee you the success, when you're thinking, what are my successes, they're going to differ among each and every one of you. Now there's one success that we hope every one of you are striving for if you're sitting in this classroom is what?
Graduation.
Graduation. Please shake your head yes, but that is one of your goals, right? Yes. That is one of our goals. But it's not as easy as it's said sometimes, right? Because there's a lot of moving parts when it comes to you sitting in classrooms, you trying to learn material, you trying to build yourself professionally. There's a lot of moving parts. So for us, people you're going to meet, there's a lot of people that you're going to interact with. And we all serve different purposes. Make sense? Right? Because you got instructors that you'll be on a one-to-one basis probably with. You won't see me that often, right? At least you won't be in my, maybe I should say it differently. I hope you're not in my office quite often. Maybe that's the way I should say it. I want to see you, I want to interact, because it's important for me to stay in tune with the students, but we all play a specific role, okay? So, success could be a lot of things, right? Some people want to make a lot of money. Anything wrong with that? No. Some people just want to be happy. Because can you make a lot of money and be happy?
Absolutely.
You can, right? I always argue the more money you make, the more stressful it becomes, but, you know, you can. So it's all up to you individually. Now, there are a lot more of you than there are of us. Agreed? So here's the problem we have, right? If I don't know this young man when he goes through his 4 years here, how can I help him? Anybody?
It's going to be hard.
You're shaking your head no, right? Because it's going to be very difficult for me to. But if I get to know the young man, how can I help him? Guidance, advice. I could become a mentor, right? How many marketing majors do I have in here? My background is marketing. I'm a marketing professor, so I could be one of the ones that if I got to know you, I could mentor you, I could introduce you to professionals in the community, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? I had a cute little story I can tell you. The young lady was a finance major, and I got to know her through her being involved in particular student organizations. I knew her background, I knew where she was from, I knew what she wanted to do, I knew what she was trying to plan for the next few semesters. So just in a conversation, at Sunday dinner one night with my aunt, she said, I've got this job opening, and we just kept talking, and guess what? Immediately a light bulb went off, and guess what I was thinking? Help me out here.
Yeah, somebody perfect for it.
I have somebody perfect for you. They're from your hometown, they want to be in your business, they want to, right? So I came right back on Monday morning, emailed the student, said, you need to stop by my office, I think I have a great opportunity. But if I didn't know the student, how would that have happened? It wouldn't. So we're just here today to explain to you some of the things that are going to be important to you as you progress through, right? Because it will be stressful times. I'm not going to say it's not, because it always is. But we want to try to reduce those stresses. We want to be your resources, right? I mentioned success. Is sitting in the classroom your number one priority? Just to get a degree? Please shake your head no, right? There's a lot more to becoming a college graduate than just passing your classes and getting that piece of paper. Why do I say that?
It's about the people you know, you gotta make connections and everything.
You have to make connections. Connections is key. What else?
You have to build skills outside of the classroom.
You must build skills that you will apply in the classroom, but you will build those skills outside the classroom. Good. What else? There's umpteen hundred thousands of students crossing that stage every semester. What happens to competition? Your competition is what? Stiff, right? What makes the competition less stiff for you? The degree?
Recommendations.
Recommendations. And where do you get recommendations from?
Professors, teams.
People you know, right? All I want you to focus on is, what do I want to do? What is my success? And you determine, through us maybe, and through talking to some professionals, what that is. Then through your 4 years, guess what you should be working on? Those particular things. How many of you have a resume? Perfect. Everybody should be raising their hand. But here's what I want you to think about and what I'll challenge you to. Have you thought about writing a resume of what you would look like in 4 years or when you graduate? Have you thought about that? Wouldn't it make sense to try to outline a resume of what you should look like if you know you want X job, or you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to be a marketing manager, or you want to be... Wouldn't it make sense for you to go ahead and write that resume so you could see the difference in what you need to do? Really, Dr. Ingram, you're going to make me already think about 4 years down the road? You know, that's part of my job, is I have to keep all these folks in line thinking 4 years down the road, because if we as a college of business stood still, what would happen to your education? Because why? The world ain't standing still outside these four walls, is it?
Oh, no.
So we have to constantly, so think about it. If you're sitting here today, how many of you kind of have an idea of what you might want to do when you graduate? Students say it all the time. I know what I want to do, so I know what I need to do. So raise your hand again. How many of you know what you probably want to do when you graduate? Keep your hand high. Out of those, how many know what you have to have when you graduate to get that job? Seriously know what you have to have. Not that you're guessing, right? There's going to be very few of you who actually know what those skills and what it is that you need. Does that make sense? So this is what we're here to really talk to you about today. Is we're starting out good, right? We're in our second week. How many true freshmen do we have? Quite a few. So what do we need to do, true freshmen? What is it? Is a transition for you? It's probably nerve-wracking, and obviously you got some other students in here that can guide you along the way that have been through a couple of semesters or so. But we also have, through my office, a freshman advisory board that we'd like to recruit you to become a member of. There's no cost. We meet 2, maybe 3 times a year. How many times? 4? Twice a semester? Passionate? So twice a semester. We get together for lunch. I'll feed you lunch. And all you have to do is, guess what? What you're not doing to me currently is talking to me. Right? We just got to get in a conversation about what are your challenges, what can we do to help your life be a little bit better, right? So Passionate Telfair here is a senior marketing major. Am I saying that right? Mm-hmm. Okay. She is going to be our president of the Freshman Advisory Board this year. So she's going to be assisting us. How many of you true freshmen might be interested in joining us just for our conversations? Commitment is probably 4 times a year for lunch. Here we go, Passion. You want to say a few words?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I saw you at convocations.
Good.
Basically, what Freshman Advisory Board we're gonna do, we're giving all the freshmen like an opinion, like to voice it, and also giving the freshmen an ability to connect, like the dean says, with everybody on the 3rd floor. Because in our meetings, the dean will be there, the assistant dean will be there. We have so many people that will be there just to hear you out. And if y'all feel that what you have to say you don't want them to know, we can like quietly let them leave and you can tell us. And we just want to help y'all make a difference in the College of Business and out in the world, because it's going to be good to have something that your name is on. Like, I did that. Like, that was me on my freshman year, and then it goes on throughout your senior year. You can possibly, like, we can get all this stuff that I got. But if you are interested in applying for the Freshman Advisory Board, it's actually on our website. And you just put in business.aum.edu/FAB, since that's what the initials are.
FAB.
FAB. And just register that, and we will contact you. Our first meeting is, I believe, September the 2nd. It's a Wednesday, I believe, from 12 to 1. And we will have free food. We promise that. And a good time.
And we'll be meeting over in Clement Cove. When you walk in off the north parking lot, have you ever looked to the right and saw that kind of area to where you can sit and congregate, and it has some pictures and things up on the wall? Have you noticed that area at all? Go by there and look at it. This is a direct outcome of the very first Freshman Advisory Board. What they told me is, Dr. Ingram, we have nowhere to congregate in this building, nowhere to just sit and study except on the floor, nowhere to, so we just got in a conversation. I stole 2 classrooms, renovated it, converted it. Now you've got student workroom, it's where we'll meet for Freshman Advisory Board, and a student lounge just for you guys to go in, sit and study together and get to know each other. So that is a direct impact from what we're talking about. We probably never would have done it if students never would have told us, right? Questions so far before I start introducing other people? Are you thinking about your successes? What is a success? Give me one in the very corner. Just one success you want to do.
I want to be a tax attorney.
Tax attorney. Fantastic. Awesome. Who else? What's a success? It can be anything. So you got to talk.
Provide for my family.
Provide for your family. Awesome.
Get my A+ certification.
A+ certification. Fantastic. And these things don't come free, do they? Come on, you got more successes. Who wants to travel abroad? Only a few? Really? I want to travel abroad. I'm still figuring out how the dean gets to go on some of the trips, right? We just had 17 students go over the summer, 2 weeks to Japan. Was very immersed into the Japan culture, into the universities there in Japan. They absolutely loved it. Loved it. Where they could just see and get to know how people live, act, behave differently than we do, right? So there's a lot of those opportunities. Who thinks an internship is important? Who even knows what an internship is, right? I mean, these are conversations that we really have to get involved in. Did you know? Okay, most of you raised your hand about an internship, so here's the question. And be honest with me. Did you know you actually could take an internship and get a 3-hour course credit for it? See? These are the kind of things we want to make sure you know. If you think, most of you raise your hands, you want to do an internship, if you have a certain GPA and you succeeded in school, most likely our Office of Student Engagement Success can get you that internship. And why are those important?
Foot in the door.
It gets your foot in the door. What else does it do?
Builds resume.
Experience. The number one thing I've heard from students in the presentations they give at the end is, wow, I've never been in a professional environment before. Who might that hit you pretty hard is, okay, class, you know, you come in with your PJs on sometimes, and you know, you're late sometimes. And is that a professional environment? It's much different, right, when it comes to the outside business world. So students would tell us that, like, we've learned a lot because I was late 5 minutes one day, and okay. So I'm going to stop here, but I'm not going to leave. So if you have questions, because you obviously are tired this morning, or you know haven't had your breakfast yet, or something, maybe Dr. Funches is going to get you riled up and talk. But let me introduce our Associate Dean of Undergraduate Programs, Dr. Vanessa Funches. She is a great lady to know. Not that I'm not a great lady to know, but she is a great lady to know, and is always very resourceful, comes up with creative solutions. So